Hey, good morning and happy Tuesday. I'm Vanessa Ramirez and welcome to Rise Together, a virtual breakfast benefiting Cancer Support Community Arizona statewide. I'm honored to welcome you to our virtual edition of this wonderful breakfast event. Thank you for rising together with us this morning. We hope you have your coffee or warm beverage or maybe even some OJ to start the day together. Don't worry, next year breakfast is on us and it is going to be delicious. Okay, so maybe you're at home getting ready for work, getting your kids ready for school, or you're already at the job. Wherever you are, thank you for rising together and helping us with this amazing mission. Before I toss it over to your auctioneer, Letitia Fry, I'd like to give a huge thank you to some amazing people who have made this all possible and continue to do amazing work for those impacted by cancer. Thank you, Cancer Support Community Board of Directors, virtual table hosts, Cancer Support Community staff, and volunteers. Please join me in giving all of them a warm round of applause from the comfort of your home, bed, or wherever you happen to be this morning. This wonderful event would not be possible without the generous support of our corporate partners and many individuals. To each of our sponsors and donors who made a meaningful gift in advance of this morning, we are truly grateful for your commitment to this event. Please welcome and thank our diamond sponsor, BHSS Legacy Foundation. Gold sponsor, Plexus Worldwide. Bronze sponsors, Arizona Central Credit Union, Copper Point Insurance Companies, and REDW. All right, now I'd like to toss it over to our auction tainer, Letitia Fry. She is amazing. You're gonna love her.
Thank you, Vanessa, and good Tuesday morning, everyone. I'm Letitia Fry, your auction tainer, and you heard about so many of the generous sponsors. We had one that came in just a couple days ago, Phoenix Firefighter Charities. Thank you so much for also joining that esteemed list that Vanessa just told you of so many people who came out as we pivot virtually into Rise Together for the Cancer Support Community Arizona. Now, those of you that know me, first of all, this is live streaming. It's early in the morning. Whether you're already at work, you're still in bed, you're getting the kids ready, you're having breakfast with some friends, I want to make sure that each of you is actually registered to participate here today. So remember, if you're not already registered, we want you to go to risetogether.givesmart.com. Again, that's risetogether.givesmart.com. We have about 45 minutes with you here this morning to give you incredible messaging, tell you so many of the brave cancer journeys, and help you understand how you are a part of that journey to the almost 3,000 individuals that participate in our programs across all of Arizona. Now, as you are going to join us here this morning, there are a few ways that you can participate. One is to remember, get registered at risetogether.givesmart.com. Another way, once you're on there, outside of giving that 100% tax-deductible gift during our basic area that we allow you to learn more about our programs and support us, we also know that there is a raffle going on. The holidays are around the corner. What would say happy holidays like an autographed football from our wide receiver, number 11, Larry Fitzgerald. That's right. It's one ticket for 100, 3 for 200. I recommend the 3 for 200, and you get a chance at winning Larry Fitzgerald autographed ball. Did you catch that game last week? Wow, Cardinals is all I can say. So here's a couple other things you want to know. If you're just tuning in now, make sure you're on risetogether.givesmart.com. If for any reason you're still using Internet Explorer, don't do that. That puts the stream at the bottom of the page. We want it at the top with the numbers underneath us, whether you're on your phone or you've airdropped us in a TV. See that? It's live. Or you're on a PC or laptop. The most important thing is to be on Firefox, Google Chrome, or Safari. And if you're like me, that phone's never really that far, so you can actually bid on your phone and watch on your screen, but you can watch us on your phone as well. Either way, we're thrilled that you're here with us on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Now, just so you know, when this show actually ends, you can continue to share out risetogether.givesmart.com and rewatch this show. Send it to family and loved ones across Arizona and across the United States, as we have all the way through next Tuesday, the 24th of November. Yeah, it's Thanksgiving next week. Can you believe that? And we're going to give you all the way till 5 o'clock to continue to give and to purchase those raffle tickets. Then we want you to join us live. That's right, live on our Instagram and our Facebook while we pick that winner of the Larry Fitzgerald ball. But here's the thing. If you're on Instagram, it's at Cancer Support AZ. Cancer Support AZ. If you're on Facebook, it's actually our acronym CSC, which stands for Cancer Support Community, but it's CSC Arizona. So that's the Facebook and the Instagram. Join us next Tuesday, 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Arizona doesn't change our clocks. We're now known as Mountain Time, and we'll actually pull a live winner of that Larry Fitzgerald ball. There's so many other ways you can support us. You can also, again, share this link and rewatch it and continue to give. We have so many incredible mission moments for you here this morning, and a great way to start your day feeling empowered, and of course also being a part of something that we know no one should go through cancer alone. You have an amazing program here for you this morning. And again, because we've had to pivot and can't gather in person, it's so amazing that you would join us virtually wherever you are on this Tuesday morning. So again, thank you for joining us for our firefighter, Phoenix Firefighter charities and adding to that list. And now it's with great pleasure that I turn to someone that I admire so greatly, as she's an incredible leader. Please take a look and a listen as you hear from our CEO, Debbie DiCarlo.
Thank you so much, Letitia. Good morning to all of you. It is so wonderful to be here with you this morning. And my hope is that this is the best 45 minutes that you've spent in months. My name is Debbie DiCarlo, and I am CEO of Cancer Support Community Arizona. And welcome to our Rise Together. You know, last year at this time, we were at our beautiful breakfast at Palm Lane. It was called Rise for a Reason. And this year we're here virtually. So we hope that we have people from all over the state joining us as we rise together to stop the devastating impact of cancer on families. And so what do we do around that? Cancer Support Community Arizona comes together to make sure that families always have the professional support for free that they need to battle the mental stress, to battle the physical fatigue, to battle just frankly those feelings of aloneness. And that's our mission, that no one face cancer alone. So when a family is given a cancer diagnosis, whether that's as a patient or with a family member, literally that family's life is turned upside down. Cancer has a way of entering every aspect of life. And Cancer Support Community Arizona comes together as a community, offers mental health, professional mental health, offers classes that help folks know how to eat better, to address symptoms, to eat better, to address survivorship, to learn mindfulness, to learn techniques, exercise, to learn techniques that help them to live a better quality of life. But you know what's important about that, and what really is the magic and what makes the difference? We do it together. We do it as a community. We do it in groups. And this really, truly makes the difference. So Cancer Support Community Arizona this year during COVID has created a platform so that all of our programs and classes are able to be participated in live. We are together as a community. So if somebody tells a joke, if somebody cries, we can see each other's faces and we can respond. We're actually offering more programs this year than we did same time last year. And that's critical to know because people and families are experiencing isolation. So when you hear a cancer diagnosis, you know you have a place to belong. Cancer Support Community Arizona is here for you. And we are, frankly, this year experiencing unprecedented financial hardship. And that's really because, once again, COVID has entered our world and created anxiety and stress, despair. And just like everybody, nobody is sure quite what the next steps are. And so this fear and anxiety is also creating a stress on the family in terms of not wanting to support maybe the traditional things that they have supported. And so I ask you this year, please, if you're able to provide support during COVID, we need you now more than ever. Because we're a tax credit organization, it's a win-win. Every dollar that you give to us is a dollar back to your family's wallet. Really, it works like that. So $400 for a single, $800 for a filed married couple comes to us, it makes a difference, and comes right back to you. So please join us. And let me first say, from my heart to your heart, you are part of our family. So if you need anything, please call us. And if you can support us, thank you. For those sponsors and donors who supported us ahead of time and underwrote this event, thank you so much. It's very, very difficult to pivot and provide virtual events and to do it well. It takes some money, I'll be honest. Your money ahead of time made this happen, so we didn't have to worry about that. And lastly, I want to say a thank you to our board. You know, we've been down on Palm Lane for 21 years, but we weren't serving Arizona. And yet we know that families in Arizona are diagnosed with cancer. Our board is laser focused on making sure that this support is for all Arizonans. So to our board of directors, thank you so much for your commitment and your passion. And then the board and I and the staff, and most importantly, all the families that we serve, thank you so much for joining us today. Please have a great 45 minutes. Please allow yourself to be inspired, because the folks that we serve are truly inspiring, and they are our inspiration. So have a great morning, and thanks again for joining us.
Thank you so much, Debbie. And I know you're actually watching this right now. We just want to tell you how much we love and admire you and your leadership through this time. So those of you that are just tuning in, remember, we want you registered at risetogether.givesmart.com. But if you're not really familiar with Cancer Support Community Arizona, you're going to learn a lot this morning. But mostly one of the things that you're going to learn are about the loved ones that we support. How do they do that? Well, one of the things is about empowerment through knowledge. It's about strength through actual action, and of course, support through community. And one of the greatest things that we've pivoted through during this time is something we intend to do when we get together back in person, as are many of the pivots we've done. One of them is by honoring people in memoriam. We offered a chance for people to make donations this morning in honor of loved ones who have fought brilliant battles against cancer, those that have not actually won that battle, but are remembered so lovingly by their loved ones. So as we are all together joined virtually this morning, whether you're over coffee or breakfast or perhaps still getting ready, we want to take a moment to actually share some beautiful faces in the cancer journey. Now, one of our board members, Selma Kendrick, has started us out this morning by remembering her brother and his beautiful wife, Wayne, who is the caretaker, and Joanna Kendrick. As you're listening here this morning, I want to tell you about these two incredible people. Now, while Wayne is actually the caretaker, who was, of course, lovingly always remembering all of the labs, categorizing, and actually driving through snow and through rain and any weather that it took to bring his beloved Joanna to her treatments. Joanna, who always had a smile, incredible personality, and so much love for her husband and her family, fought a brilliant battle. Now, while these two are remembered here with us today, it is so important that we remember that it is our love for our loved ones and the journey that they take together that matters so very much, because it is truly often said that it is the love that one shows for another that makes the true difference. So today and this morning, to Wayne and Joanna, on behalf of Selma, we are so pleased to remember you here this morning, your brilliant journey, and of course your love for one another. Thank you so much, Selma, for taking the time to show us the love, the support, and the journey of both your brother and Joanna. So, Selma has another beloved one, her mother, that she would like to recognize here this morning, who 20 years ago fought a brilliant battle, Lorraine Ridenauer. Lorraine, a mom, businesswoman, national president of benevolent organization, seamstress, school teacher, ranch woman, volunteer, and a survivor who lost her fight with lymphoma 20 years ago. She enjoyed life to the fullest, and she loved to dance. Selma, thank you for remembering both Wayne and Joanna and your beautiful mother Lorraine this morning, and for donating to the Cancer Support Community Arizona, as we've begun this in memoriam portion of our program that we will continue next year when we rise together in person. And of course, this next person is one of our very own staff here at Cancer Support Community, Jenny Dreyfus. Her family has lost a very dear and important member of their family only just last month. It's time to remember James C. Ferguson. James C. Ferguson passed away after a short but brave battle with advanced thyroid cancer just last month on October 20th of 2020. James was preceded in death by his wife of 56 years, Joyce. James was born in San Antonio on May 27th, 1936, to William and Ruby Ferguson. James was one of 11 children and is survived by his sister, Suzanne, his daughter, Teresa, his son, Ricky, their spouses, and his 3 grandchildren, Jennifer, Ryan, and Dylan. James retired with the ranking of Chief Senior Master Sergeant on September 1st, 1984, after a celebrated 30-year career with the United States Air Force. James's granddaughter, Jenny, works at Cancer Support Community Arizona and wants each of you to know that she wishes her grandfather had access to an amazing program and place like Cancer Support Community Arizona. Your support today ensures that people like James and Lorraine and Joanna have the support to know that no one goes through cancer alone. And so now we're going to hear from someone who's an extraordinary advocate to those in the cancer journey, someone who knows all too well the loss of his mother, who actually suffered a brain aneurysm while actually battling breast cancer. You may recognize his face and certainly his talents, but it is his passion and philanthropy that truly set Larry Fitzgerald apart. We're thrilled to have him bring this message to you on this beautiful morning. So now, welcome our number 11 wide receiver, Larry Fitzgerald.
I'm Larry Fitzgerald. As I think back about the long battle that my mother had with cancer, it makes me so grateful for the organizations that are out there serving to help people who are battling the cancer. Doesn't matter what cancer it is, everybody needs support. And wonderful organizations like Cancer Support Community Arizona are doing a great job here locally through our state to be able to provide the resources needed to people that are going through tough times. And my mother battled cancer courageously. She did it with a smile on her face. She never complained. And I know there's a lot of people out here that battle it the same way. But organizations like that they can't go without the support of people in their community. So if you have the resources and have the time to donate, I know it will go a long way in helping the people that really need it.
And thank you, Larry Fitzgerald. And again, if you didn't catch that game last week, what a season we're having with the Cardinals. So, Larry, and again, I'm out here on the patio, and you heard, we've been 21 years down here at Palm Lang. It's a gorgeous Tuesday morning here on November 17th. I'm live, no script, just me speaking with you. And as you donate through our program, I'm going to be able to speak literally with you, call out your names, thank you in person, but also just remind you that Larry, while he has 120 receiving touchdowns and 17,357 receiving yards, he is our hometown hero and an amazing advocate for our Cancer Support Community Arizona. He autographed a football that you can purchase by going to risetogether.givesmart.com. Again, risetogether.givesmart.com. It's on your screen. Hit the raffle button. You can get 1 for $100 or 3 for $200. Join us a week from today at 5 p.m. Mountain Time as we go live on both our Instagram and our Facebook social media to announce who wins Larry's ball. Now, why would Larry be so supportive? Because he knows all too well what it means to have a sense of community while his mother and his family went through her cancer journey. And that's what this is about. This is about actually bringing together. It's about education, it's about community, it's also about resources, healthy living, referrals, and so much more. And one of the people that knows about this is a current participant. It's now that I'd love to introduce you to someone and really listen to her words. I've had a chance to hear this, and what she says rings true not only for those that are going through a cancer journey, but I myself and anyone else as we face this pandemic. Her words ring very true about what it means to feel afraid, perhaps even a little guilty, bewildered by where you are, but most importantly to know you're not alone. These are the times that we need each other more than ever. So as you're joining us here this morning, wherever you are in the beginning to your day, thank you for being a part of us. Thank you for meeting the many people that are participating in our programs of over 100 a month. And just so you know, last year, 17,578 program visits here at the Cancer Support Community Arizona free. All free because of you. They're not free to host, but they're free to participate because of the generosity of people like yourself. So now I want to introduce you to a beautiful woman so she can tell you in her own words what the sense of community and the support of cancer centers, well, Cancer Support Community Arizona, there goes that live streaming, means to her. Please welcome Ann Bailey.
I am a mother, a grandmother, a former teacher, artist of type, a writer, and a mini runner. My name is Ann, and I'm at the Cancer Support Group as a member of the lung cancer group. I was diagnosed in January of 2013 with stage 4 non-small cell lung cancer, and it had metastasized to my liver. And it was almost as if I started sitting outside of myself. I just thought, okay, now I know what I'm going to die, how I'm going to die. The guilt I felt weighed me down. I just felt like I had done something wrong, and I had failed somehow in being able to take care of myself. So that was the beginning of that first week or so. And that's where you're falling through space and you have nothing to grab hold of. I just needed to talk to someone. The gift of the virtual group has been that we've been able to include people from Tucson and now someone from New Jersey through her brother here. All of us can get together when we're isolated from everyone else. I stay on text. I have a thread of 3 or 4 people and we text constantly. So we give each other support. The Cancer Support Group has not just given me friendships, but it's provided me with people that are walking the same path I am, that have the same fears that I have, that are overcoming the fears, that are not judgmental. We're very different, can laugh with us at the most difficult times, can listen and be quiet when you need it, care about how I'm doing, and I can't imagine being without it. It's almost as if they give me air and breath when I'm being suffocated by this disease and what's happened. This is a place that has given me hope and laughter and solutions and friendship. It's a family born out of horrific experiences that take us to a place of safety and understanding.
And if you're out there watching, thank you for sharing that. And again, I don't think your words could be more appropriate, not only for a cancer journey, but also for COVID-19 and all of us. A horrific experience that actually produced family and support of going through something together. And that's why we are all here rising together this morning. Again, I don't use a script, and those of you that know me know that I always volunteer for clients and come down and spend time and just speak with you. And that's what I'm going to do now. I've actually known this organization for a long time, and as you heard Debbie say earlier, it's been 21 years. Also now supporting not only immediate Arizona, but all of Arizona. They opened an office in Flagstaff. The goal is to bring these programs to everyone in Arizona, and that's why I'm standing on this patio with you here now. When we can gather again in person, many of the programs would be right here, but we're going to continue what we learned during this pandemic, the pivot to actually go hybrid. We took over those 100+ programs in English and Spanish that are brought every month to people in their homes safely. And I want to point out a few things. One of them is that 62% of those people that participate in our programs that are on a cancer journey are making a household income of $49,000 and under. 30% of them, that number is $25,000 and under. And no matter what socioeconomic background you're in, cancer knows no boundaries, and no one should face cancer alone. That's why it is about the education, support, the healthy living, of course, the sense of community, and the referrals to resources that are so important to the people we serve. Now this year, COVID-19 has hit the cancer support community Arizona hard, like so many other nonprofits. Our corporate sponsorships are down. Our events like this one have had to pivot. We couldn't have our gala. But more people are in need of our services as their financial impact is hit, and the cost of, well, caring during cancer is a lot. $1.3 million this year in operating expenses, while we actually do more with less, which is why your gifts here this morning are so important, probably more than they ever have been before. And as we pivot together here virtually on this Tuesday morning, there are people that are hearing for the first time today, you have cancer, or your child has cancer. See, Cancer Support Community Arizona is for everyone, whether you yourself are the cancer patient, or the caregiver, the child, or anyone that is on that journey with you through so many of the programs here today. And I'm glad to point out that our PGA professional charities, that's right, they've given $15,000 here this morning to start us out in a match. Our goal here this morning is to pick up a minimum of $50,000 just while we're all casually having coffee, breakfast, and getting ready as we rise together. So thank you so much to the PGA Tour charities for your $15,000 gift, because as you're donating right now, those gifts are doubling. So let's talk a little bit about what your money would do. How about $1,000? That would allow 10 of our participants in a cooking class. Now, maybe before COVID, that would mean coming down to this beautiful home on Palm Lane. But during COVID, it meant always, now whenever we hire anyone, whether it's cooking or art or singing or any of those things, we hire certified professionals so that our participants are really truthfully receiving the top of the top in experts in their field, but also at no cost to them. So how about a cooking class? Well, we would provide the actual materials that the licensed professional, that would be a nutrition and dietitian specialist, providing meal plans to our people that are going through the cancer journey. One of our very own staff here today from Karma Productions is a cancer survivor. And when this subject came up yesterday at tech rehearsal, he explained in his own journey how important it was to understand what you can eat while radiation and chemotherapy can leave sores in someone's mouth. And, well, nausea and a loss of appetite. He explained that for him it was about low sodium, low salt, low acid, and low spice. But it still has to taste good, and it still has to actually be somewhat, well, something you want to do. So they had a class here on how to make really high-packed, nutritious smoothies. And of course, there's always the camaraderie of people that are sharing what's working for them. And I just want to point out that just now at $2,500, one of our board members and his wife, both of whom are doctors, and she is actually on our professional advisory board. Dr. Fred and Dr. Kathy Kinney just gave $2,500. Thank you both, not only for being on our board and our professional advisory board, but for your support of Cancer Support Community Arizona. This is the time where you can actually go on and remember, risetogether.givesmart.com. You're going to see buttons if you're on your phone right underneath me, to the left of me if you're watching me on a PC or airdropped in your TV or on your laptop. You're going to see denominations of 1,000, 800, 400, of course 100, 50, and 25, and the button that says Other, just like the Kinneys just did. And so just so you know, Steve Peru, good morning to you, and thank you for $500. That's what this is about. You actually pressing that button, donating. I get a chance to see who is giving, and I get to thank you together on this Tuesday morning, as that is what this is all about, being together while people walk through cancer. So let's talk about the next denomination. There's two reasons why I bring up 800. Number one, it supports the weekly English and Spanish support groups that you heard Ann Bailey talk about. It's that sense of community, of people that can laugh and cry together. And I want to point out that all of our programs are in English and Spanish, and over 100 of them in a month. Your support of 800 counts in two ways. Now, this is where we actually give and get that 100% tax-deductible gift by giving 800. But because Cancer Support Community Arizona is actually a Arizona tax credit charity, you get kind of 2 for 1 there. It means that you actually literally get dollar for dollar back and taken off your Arizona state taxes. And if you were getting a refund, guess what? You get that 800 back. So it's really like giving twice. And because of that $15,000 match, it's really like giving 3 times right now. So keep those gifts coming in. Like just now, another one of our board members, incredible board members here. Of course, Michael Ash. Michael, thank you so much for your gift of $1,500. $1,500 here this morning. So of those weekly support groups, remember, it's about a sense of community while you feel alone. And as you heard Ann talk, I know I myself thought, wow, she's speaking about cancer, but I felt like it could apply to any of us right now in this pandemic. Feeling alone, afraid. Who's going to be here with me? Who's going to tell me it's all going to be okay? And they understand. That's you right now out there as you give this morning, as we rise together virtually here on Tuesday, November 17th. And if you're just tuning in and you're gone to risetogether.givesmart.com, remember, share that with loved ones because they can watch this and rewatch this show all the way through next Tuesday, all the way to 5 o'clock Mountain Time. Arizona doesn't change our clocks. And then we'll also be able to keep purchasing those raffle tickets and actually draw that prize live at 5 o'clock next Tuesday on Instagram and Facebook. So let's keep talking a little bit more about what your money can do. Remember, 800 is a married household. Not only do you get that 100% tax deductible gift, but you get the Arizona state tax credit as well. And that would support our community support groups, just like Ann talked about, for a week. How about the 400? That's actually the tax credit for an individual. And remember, it's also a 100% tax deductible gift when you're actually just giving to this beautiful 501c3 nonprofit of Cancer Support Community Arizona. Now, how about a child? That's right. We support children either that have cancer themselves or support them because they're actually a part of a family with a parent or a loved one going through a cancer journey. It's different for children. And Mo, who's here with us, one of our long-standing part of our staff, shared a couple of stories about kids with cancer. One of them had to do with a child that had a prosthetic. He had actually had a tibia that had to be removed to help him in another area of his body. Often happens with osteosarcoma and many other types of cancers that children get. He has a prosthesis. And a holiday that, well, before the pandemic was something where children could walk for miles to gather candy, that's hard for a child with a prosthetic. So here at this beautiful location, it's called Trunk or Treat. Basically, it's kind of tailgating for Halloween. And you'd have a chance for a child like that to be able to enjoy all of that trick-or-treating in a small, more intimate setting, safe social distance, and be able to not have to walk all those blocks. Or how about a young boy that had a brain tumor who actually took place in our art classes, which I'll talk more about art for adults as well. But for a child going through cancer at a time when innocence is so important, things feel wrong. Things feel like, what did I do wrong to get this shot and have to go through chemo? And he explained that the art he did here with the Cancer Support Community Arizona, art's not wrong. You don't have to color in the lines. You don't have to do anything you're supposed to do. So, you know, these donations are coming in right now. So keep them coming in. And also remember that it's about a child that's going through that, and you can help them just like you heard. Art is not wrong. Now, I know we just had a donor that came in at $400, and I'm going to keep to make sure I can say your name right. So as they're going to get your name for me, I know you're out there. It's Jay Connors. Thank you so much for giving $400 here this morning, which is an incredible amount of money. So we're going to keep going now at $100 because you know what? There's also an amazing people that are hired. Remember, we have our professionals. So this is actually an ASU professor of music, and that's actually Dr. Jane Schallberg. Dr. Jane hosts a very important and healing part, and something that I personally learned about in the past few years, which was Tibetan singing bowls, different crystal bowls. It's the sound of healing. these alternative medicines. And Linda Rococo just gave $500. Thank you, and good morning to you as we rise together. Dr. Jane actually hosts this incredible, vibrant, and interactive, and these things, although they may sound alternative, they work. People's mental health is better, their sense of community, and they're actually proven to do better in their treatments. And we're going to hear a little bit more about things you can do as we move into December to make sure that you might actually be able to participate in making sure that we are all screened, because the sooner we join in this cancer journey, the better chance we have. So Tim Hell, who's a boardman, just gave $500. One of our board. This board is one of the most active and enigmatic boards probably that I know in any organization here in Arizona. And of course, Debbie, being their fearless leader, does an amazing job of keeping them engaged. So how about that $25? What about yoga? That's right. And we did it virtually. Slow go yoga, different types of meditation yoga, all different things for your speed. There's so many things that perhaps in life now through the pandemic that we can learn that the cancer journey. And Rose Sarcello, thank you so much for $250. Rose, good morning to you, and thank you for rising together. But think about how you feel even if you don't have cancer or have someone in a journey. The pandemic has made you worry about infection, wonder about finances. Who's going to be with you through this? That's a glimpse into the world of cancer. We're all feeling scared and uncertain. Now, Coco Sudos just gave $200. Imagine if you're going through cancer in addition to this. Cancer doesn't know a zip code, it doesn't know that it's COVID-19, and it continues to come. And although we are down financially, it is through your impact on events just like this as we rise together. And Lynn Calestri that just gave $100, good morning, Lynn, and thank you. It's because of you that we can continue to service over, 3,000 individuals across Arizona. And you know what? Karma Productions, who's producing this right now, just gave $100. Thank you so much to that. So as we continue through this morning together, and we are rising together, I now want to bring you to one of our board members. He kind of tells that he's one of my greatest fans, but you know what? I'm one of his too. So now let's take a look and a listen to Jerry.
Thank you, Letitia. What a morning it's been so far. Hello, my name is Jerry Diaz, and I proudly serve on the Board of Directors for Cancer Support Community of Arizona. Thank you for your wonderful and generous gifts today that support the mission of cancer support to ensure that all people impacted by cancer are empowered by knowledge, strengthened by action, and sustained by the community. And for that, we're very grateful. Many of us today have been either touched or impacted by cancer, including myself. At the age of 27, I lost my father to lung cancer. Those were dark days for me and my family, and I wish Cancer Support Community had been there then for us. Fast forward, many years later, when I was asked to join the Board of Directors and get involved in this amazing organization, I was humbled and honored and said absolutely yes, because I believe together as a community, we can make huge differences. So on behalf of the entire Board of Directors for Cancer Support Community of Arizona, thank you for your participation and your valued donations today on the Rise Together breakfast. Now back to the amazing Letitia Fry.
Jerry, you know how to make a girl feel good on a Tuesday morning. And by the way, it's actually my birthday today, and I cannot think of a better way to start the year than actually being a part of this community. It's incredible. Richard DiCarlo, thank you for your $100 donation. And Jerry Diaz, thank you for being out there and showing us just how supportive and engaged your board is. So as we come to the end of this 45-minute, and it's been quick and fast, and what a great start to your day. As you move through the next week, remember, share risetogether.givesmart.com. Send it to families all over and different around. And Tiffany, thank you for that $100 that you just gave in right now. But here's the thing, you can rewatch this show, send it with friends and family, continue to support that 100% tax deductible gift, and if you're in Arizona at that 800 or 400, married or single household, you get the credit as well. Leon Blanco, you are a board member, just gave $100. Thank you and good morning to you. I want to also remind you to continue to purchase those raffle tickets from our dear friend Larry Fitzgerald, as one of you won for 100 and 3 for 200. We'll find out next Tuesday on the 24th at 5 p.m. Mountain whether you've got that autographed ball. We never really know when that mastermind is going to retire, so remember, these get more and more valuable every year. Jill Seville, good morning to you and thank you for a $100 donation. So there's something that's exciting and collaborative and a partnership that's going on at Stand Up for Cancer, the American Cancer Society, and Genentech. And it involves something that you, myself, and so many people can do. It's a screening. It's called Stand Up and Pledge. And it's actually taking place from December 7th through the 11th. The idea is just that. Some of the most common forms of cancer, many of which are deadly, like breast cancer, colon cancer, of course, well, pancreatic and so many other. These cancers, if they were screened for early, could actually have a better chance at survival. So they've started to actually create screenings for you to actually encourage and go to a website that we're actually going to bring up now, which is takeahealthystand.org/Screen Week. It's Stand Up and Pledge. You can go in and be screened for many different types of cancers, because the idea, and one thing we've learned here at Cancer Support Community Arizona, the earlier we catch that cancer journey, the greater the success. So remember, get screened, stand up and pledge. And thank you again to Genentech, Stand Up for Cancer, and the American Cancer Society for coming up with this unique and community-orientated way that we too can start to beat cancer and to actually take this journey together. So remember, continue to give, share out this program, actually get a chance at having one of Larry Fitzgerald's autographed balls, but most importantly, do remember this. These are uncertain times and certainly challenging, but for those people that are going through cancer, that is something they feel all the time, especially now in COVID. So if you've joined us here this morning in this virtual pivot for the Cancer Support Community Arizona as we rise together, I want to leave you with this. As Thanksgiving approaches, and many of you may or may not be able to gather together, remember that we are in this together. And for those of you that are on your cancer journey, please share it with friends and family to know that the Cancer Support Community Arizona has so many programs that will help with a sense of community. It will give you the actual empowerment of knowledge, the strength of community, and the support, of course, through so much of the action and the resources and the referrals. You're not alone, and no one has to go through cancer alone. So with that being said, I wish you all the best as the holiday season comes up. And as Thanksgiving approaches, I want to say thanks for giving. My name's Letitia Fry, and on behalf of Debbie DiCarlo, your CEO, and the incredible staff and so many people that were here as part of this program here this morning, thank you. God bless you. But most importantly, thank you for your support of Cancer Support Community Arizona. My name's Letitia Fry. Now, just to leave you with this, it'll wake you up a little. Do remember that next time I'll probably sound like this. 1,000, you put it at 15, now 2, now 25, you put it at 3, now 35. Sold, because that's what I am. Sold on Cancer Support Community Arizona and on you for being participant in our virtual Rise Together breakfast. That's it for now. Have a coffee, have a great day, and thank you.